Syria. More military equipment sent to SDF-TEHRANFNA. A Kurdish official said that the U.S. has not stopped providing Kurdish fighters with more arms and ammunition, despite U.S. President Donald Trump's promise to Turkey to end arming the SDF-YPG in Syria. The U.S. and its coalition continue providing their military aid. Any report that the U.S. has halted its arms supplies is wrong and failed to reflect the situation on the ground, Abdulaziz Yunus, who is in charge of foreign affairs of the Syrian Democratic Forces (SDF), confirmed on Wednesday. He further specified that, only a day before, Washington had sent hundreds of trucks loaded with weaponry, all of which have been brought from Karmashli, a town in northeastern Syria on the border with Turkey, to Deir ez-Zor, where the SDF is currently launching a military operation against ISIL. At the moment, the U.S. has not made any announcement that they intend to stop sending arms. On the contrary, they have voiced their intention to facilitate cooperation with us and increase the volume of their aid to the SDF. This is their current strategy. We, in turn, also hope this support will continue, the SDF Foreign Affairs official added. Field sources reported on Tuesday that Washington continued providing Kurdish fighters with more military hardware in Syria despite U.S. President Donald Trump's promise to his Turkish counterpart to halt arms shipment to the Kurdish fighters. The sources said that the U.S. military was filmed on Monday delivering more than 100 Humvees to the Kurdish-held Syrian Democratic Forces (SDF) in northern Syria, days after Trump assured Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan that Washington was no longer aiding the Kurdish forces in Syria. Ankara said on Friday that Trump told Erdogan that he had issued instructions that weapons should not be provided to Kurdish fighters in Syria. But, the White House said Monday that the U.S. would be capping military support it provides to rebel groups fighting ISIL in Syria and Iraq as the coalition gains ground on ISIL. Now that we're continuing to crush the physical caliphate, that we're in a position to stop providing military equipment to certain groups. White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders told a briefing. She stressed, however, that Washington doesn't intend to cut the support to the groups entirely, as of now. Sanders was responding to a question about a call between US President and his Turkish counterpart on Friday, during which Erdogan asked Trump to discontinue weapon deliveries for Kurdish-dominated rebel groups fighting ISIL. According to a report by The Washington Post, the U.S. plans to keep its troops in Syria long after the defeat of ISIL. Washington has been justifying its deployment of ground troops in Syria, which violates the embattled nation's sovereignty, by citing the need to fight ISIL.